Hey guys and Phoenix family. Today's video is on metaphysics. So I'm going to explain to you exactly what it is, how it goes beyond science, and how we can use it in our everyday lives to create the life that we've always wanted and truly deserve. So keep watching. What is metaphysics? Metaphysics has a Greek meaning of beyond physics. Everything is energy. It has a frequency. It has a vibration. Metaphysics is our connection through the power of the mind, tuning into this universal life force energy. It's our connection as human beings to universal spirit, to Mother Earth, to the universe, and to all living things. When we realise, as our ancestors did, that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, we become the co-creators, using our thoughts, our consciousness frequency, to affirm the life we truly want. Ernest Holmes was a professor of metaphysics, and he wrote many books over 100 years ago. And there's a wonderful quote in regards to the law of cause and effect. It is necessary that we remember that we live in two worlds at the same time. The invisible world of cause, where thoughts and ideas are the creators, and the material world of effect, where the results of our manifestations of the thoughts and ideas come into being. So if we want a better life, we need to change the way that we think. So what is consciousness? Consciousness is our self-awareness. It's our connection to spirit. It has a frequency, a vibration. And whatever that frequency and vibration is what we resonate to and what we attract to ourselves. There are three main principles of metaphysics. The first principle is that the universe reflects back to us the creative law of mind. Metaphysics is based on these laws. Universal law of attraction. What we give out, we attract back. The law of cause and effect. Every action has a reaction. And the law of compensation. We reap what we sow. The second principle of metaphysics is that our conscious mind is only 10% of our thoughts. Our subconscious mind contains the other 90%. Our subconscious is our conditioning, our programming, our life experiences. It's our core beliefs, our core values. So if our subconscious is made up of negative beliefs, where we feel we may not be good enough, or that other people are better than we are, these subconscious thoughts affect our consciousness. So when we're being really positive, putting out really good high frequency conscious thoughts, our subconscious can be tapping us on the shoulder saying, not going to happen, you won't get that promotion, you're not good enough. Whatever our subconscious is, it can sabotage our conscious thinking. Luckily, the third principle of metaphysics is that we can change our thinking to act affirmatively and not negatively. So when we go within and we start addressing those old thoughts, those old beliefs, those old feelings and emotions, our mind is basically a big computer. And every so often, we have to update it. We have to reboot it and challenge those things. I think it was Aristotle that once said, show me a boy up to the age of 7 and I will show you the man. Because those old beliefs, they can stay with us a lifetime if we allow them to. So the third principle of metaphysics is that as adults, we need to challenge anything that holds us back. Our beautiful daughter Lauren did this little graphic for us, and it's a beautiful spiral of contracted consciousness at the bottom, going up into a beautiful flow state to expanded consciousness, enlightenment. I love this graphic because it really represents the stages we have to go through to expand our consciousness. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a long journey, but a very worthwhile one. As you can see on the left-hand side, it explains the different frequencies and how dense and contracted things like fear, grief, anger, hopelessness, apathy, guilt, and shame are. These are feelings and emotions of the third dimension, which is a dimension of service to self. It's very driven by fear, pride, jealousy, arrogance. Whereas when we start shifting up in our awareness, up through towards the fifth dimension of enlightenment, we start to really understand our consciousness, and we come from a place of service to others. We let go of our ego and we start to really move from a place of compassion and love and to work out of the heart center. This is what is known as the fourth dimension. This evolutionary ascension is going to take us over several years to move our consciousness into the fifth dimension. And the fifth dimension has limitless possibilities. Manifesting will be very easy. It will come from a place of love, peace, compassion, and we will be enlightened. We will have abilities beyond the physical. We become our higher self. We work from our higher self. And over time, the world will finally heal. So starting on this journey of shifting our consciousness, going through this ascension, how do we use metaphysics in our everyday life? For me personally, I've understood the power of the mind for many years. However, there was always something slightly missing. I was always a very anxious person, and no matter how much wonderful self-talk I did for myself, I couldn't get rid of this feeling of anxiety because I realised I was a huge intuitive empath, as many of us are. But I was constantly in fight or flight. I was always looking after everybody else. So self-care is absolutely vital to be able to go within and start looking after yourself. It's putting on that oxygen mask first to look after you, and then you help others. One of the most incredible things that I added to the power of the mind was the power of the breath. When I started doing daily breath work, about 5 years ago now, my anxiety lessened. I could really connect even more to my higher self, my spiritual alignment. I was calmer, more at peace. I had huge changes with my health. The spirit, the mind, and the body are all very, very connected. So if you're breathing probably more than 10 times a minute, go to our breathwork section and we can work on slowing it down, getting rid of anxiety, taking us out of fight or flight and getting into a parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest. The other thing that I find incredibly beneficial is connecting with nature, Mother Earth. And if you can go sometimes on your own, it's incredibly beneficial and very spiritual. I find just getting up at sunrise and finding a little piece of garden, a bit of grass to sit on, and ground and earth myself, with the sun shining on my face, when it's low in the sky, incredibly spiritual. And it's at these times in the morning that a lot of things come to me. When we go within and trust ourselves, we trust our intuition, and we find a lot of answers. So if you can get into nature, get in the water, meditate in the water, it's amazing. If you've never done it, it's absolutely an incredible thing to do. If you find a brook or a stream or a river or the ocean, it's a beautiful thing to do. Another thing is read an inspirational book. Even if you just do it for 10 pages, you just read 10 pages of a book that you find very uplifting every single day. It's an absolute game changer when it comes to staying positive, because in the world we're in, with all these changes and challenges that we have, staying positive is one of the hardest things we can do. Turning off the television set for a while. Everything is changing. So when we go within, we add to the collective consciousness so that we can shift the paradigms into these new wonderful systems and this new healed world that is coming. Some of the best ways to go within is to spend time on your own, even if it's just 10 or 15 minutes. You can pray or meditate or just practice mindfulness. Be with the breath. It's at these times that we can really increase our state of consciousness, and we can really find out who we truly are. We can come from our soul, and we can listen to our higher self. All the answers that we truly seek are in our self-awareness. They're within. Day-to-day life can be very challenging. So as we've talked about our states of consciousness and how our thoughts create our reality, when we change our negative thoughts and we go within and we work through and we let go of everything that no longer serves us, when we challenge that old programming, that old conditioning that we're not good enough, we're not deserving, or we're not lovable, when we can challenge that and bring it into today, and we can start coming into our power and shifting our consciousness, as we go up that spiral, your life will literally change. You will see it day to day. It gets better and better and better. When we change the way we think, we can truly become the person we were born to be. This is the journey of the metaphysical magic mind, as I call it. It is boundless and it is limitless, as we are as spiritual beings having this beautiful human experience. Namaste.